Hey, this is Dave. I'm starting to look at the new ChatGPT. I wanted to explore what the new features were in the free version, and I wanted you guys to see it as I explored it. So, first thing I noticed is it started to have the link here where you can go ChatGPT plus chat, or you can have a temporary chat. I think a temporary chat means it doesn't have any history, so it doesn't list in the history. It's not training the model, so anything you put in it won't be there, and custom instructions will be followed if you enable them. So you can label custom things. So if I go and make that, I have a window that now says temporary chat. So that's really great. So you can put things in here to experiment with and take out. If you think about Microsoft Copilot, they've been pushing for schools to start using it because it's a lot of temporary chats. It won't remember. So that's a nice new feature that you can use as you're doing it. But I also noticed, well, as it does that as a temporary chat, it's missing something. So if I shut off temporary chat, what I noticed is there's now a clip button right here where you can click on the clip button and then you can scroll to, let's say I have a tip guide. So I have this tip guide. I'll put the tip guide in and say, can you evaluate this tip guide and let me know what is missing? So now it's going to be able to look at the PDF and see what the PDF was. It talks about this guide is focused on roles, suggesting how to do frame prompting and what it does for specific people. It talks about how to format frame prompting, what details and exactly what it does. It gives examples. Then it says missing elements. I may want to refine different things because it doesn't reflect examples of poor prompts. It doesn't reflect advanced techniques or contextual sensitivity, which is great. And then you could ask it, well, can you expand on poor prompts? Now, one thing you'll notice with the new ChatGPT, it is fast. It is lightning. And this is the free version. So it's really starting to develop and come out a lot clearer as it starts to do that. That really is going to make it easier for us to do things as we start doing it. And it came up with this long, detailed understanding of how to improve poor prompts, what it's missing, and what a characteristic of a poor prompt is. And it focuses on the characteristics of poor prompt. They're vague, they lack context, they're overly complex, or they're not specific to a specific audience. They don't have desired outputs. They don't provide context. The better is to break down prompts and show how to do that. And it gives you examples. It also allows you to click here and you could change the model. If you want to do GPT 3.5, you can if you didn't have an attachment. So as you start to do this, you can start figuring out which is smarter and which is faster, which I like as I'm starting to do it. I've always loved the copy, regenerate buttons, and tell it it's a bad response. I think that's really helpful. So as I start to play with this more and more, I can see the potential of us starting to do it. Now, always you can start a new ChatGPT and you can basically click on any of these, click on plan a relaxing day, and it will go and tell you what it thinks some relaxing day activities are as it does it. The prompts are there to help you as you start figuring out. But if you notice, when I click on this, it allows me to switch back between GPT 4.0 and GPT 3.5. And here I went and did that, and it came back and did something else. But if you notice, it didn't have the list where the other one provided a list because this wants to know more your preferences as you figure it out. So that's something you have to see which works better for you as you do it. But this is my quick intro of me starting to understand where ChatGPT is coming from. This is Dave at Innovative Life. Hopefully, this gave you an idea of starting to experiment. The only other thing I did forget to mention was these new Explore GPTs. Inside of ChatGPT, lots of people have been making their own custom ones. And this allows you to go and use now what their custom ones are. If you want to have something to learn anything, there's a universal primer. There's a research one. For productivity, there's things about effortlessly designed presentations and logos in Canva. There's basically one, the world's most powerful Excel assistant. There's one to make PowerPoint presentations and slides. And that's the one I'm going to click on. And it says powerful presentations, export PowerPoint and Google Slides or PDFs. You just have to tell it to make a conversation and then see what it does. If I click on this to make a presentation on 2024 trends in the banking industry, it immediately starts to make an outline. And the outline will be what it thinks each of the major blocks that are going on. And then it says presentation slides wants to take it to slidesgpt.com. So now it will take what it did out to another site, and it will go and generate the slides. And each slide will put a detailed bullet point in of what it's starting to do. And then it's going out to its own slidesgpt.com. It's telling the introduction slides, and then it will make the slides for you. So if you click on this, and you can see it made that first slide, which now you can view and download as you start to do it. So if we start thinking about slide presentations, this is really helpful. And I'm going to experiment with this more, but I think we need to all experiment with what GPTs exist now and how are they going to make us more efficient as we start doing it. These are the trends and changes that have happened with this new announcement. And I have to say, I love how they're starting to do that. I think it's more and more potential for us as we start to figure out how to utilize AI, ChatGPT, and these other experiments into our daily lives. This is David, Innovative Life. Thanks for listening. If you have questions or comments, please put it below. Have a great day.